Feeling betrayed by the other members of the Dragon's Horde party for making a deal with a lich, Balaur has convinced the not good King Joe to leave the Ashhole with him. Acting on the message received from Palor himself, Balaur and Joe seek out the woman from Balaur's vision in this Games and Geekery private session.
So you managed to escape. Well, you convinced the dragon that the rest of the party had turned evil thanks to the lich.
Mm-hmm.
And the two of you flew north together towards a fortress of the Purple Dragon Knights.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah, hopefully this turns out good.
Yeah. Have you told the dragon where you're heading, like, specifically?
Oh yeah, I would have told him right where I was going.
Okay. Well, he brings up an issue right away then.
Mm-hmm.
The Purple Dragon Knights are dragon slayers.
Oh, that's not good.
No, not at all. So, as your ancient dragon companion gets increasingly more nervous as you fly north, what do you say to him to try and resolve the issue?
We should probably land and maybe walk the rest of the way.
That would be wise.
Because then we can conceal ourselves. I have 2 rings. He can change himself.
Yeah, he can shapeshift. Yeah, he's fine. So he circles down to the pine woods below.
Mm-hmm.
And as you land, you hear howling.
Uh-oh. What do we see around us?
It's a bit hard to tell amongst the snow, since the wolves are white. But you've got a few winter wolves coming your way.
Oh, fun.
So they're padding. I mean, obviously, your dragon's still in his dragon form. So they're kind of circling you cautiously, sniffing the air and trying to figure out what you're all about.
I suppose I should try to intimidate him.
yeah, that's the dragon might have that covered.
Yeah, I think so.
So you just want to scare them off?
Yeah, probably scare him off.
Okie dokie. So, is there anything you want to do to intimidate them specifically?
I'll just growl at him. Maybe puff a little bit of fire or something out my mouth.
So, the dragon too roars and spreads its wings to make itself look bigger and more intimidating. Might be more effective than your own roar.
Yeah, probably.
So yeah, the wolves need to do a wisdom saving throw on a DC 21.
There's my roll.
Okay, yeah, because you would be scared too. Of course. So the wolves run away.
Yes.
But you're fine.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. Hopefully they leave us alone now.
Yeah.
It might be best for Joe to change back to his human form.
Indeed. So yeah, the dragon changes back to the wrinkled old wizard.
I'll get my ring activated too.
What are you going to make yourself look like?
Just a grubby looking human.
Okay.
They seem to be pretty common around here.
So the two of you slowly make your way north. Occasionally you hear a tree creak, but none of them seem to be interested in you.
Well, that's good.
And eventually you come to a fortress set into a wall that stretches as far as the eye can see in both directions. There is no further north except through that ford.
Are there any guards out by the gate?
Not by the gate, but you can see some patrolling on the battlements.
Probably wave to one of them. Hostile people don't wave.
Bloody hell! There's a couple of people down there. You're kidding. Fuck me sideways, there's a couple of people down there. Oi! What are you doing up here?
It's cold. We're just traveling.
Why are you traveling up here?
Oh, one of my friends I'm looking for was up here. Or at least thought to be up here.
Ain't no one up here but us. Who's your friend?
Vanya was her name.
Vanya? Fucking Vanya! I'm coming down. Give me a minute.
Oh boy.
And you hear a bar being removed from the other side of the door. You hear several bolts being lifted and slid out of the way, and after what seems like forever, one of the two massive doors creaks open. And you hear, how the fuck do you know Vanya?
Well, it's kind of a long story.
And who's he?
He's my traveling companion.
Takes all kinds.
It's not smart to travel on your own.
Yeah, but I assume you're his bodyguard then. Anyway, come in. Get yourselves somewhat warmer. Don't mind the statue. As you come through the door, there's a courtyard, and there's another figure standing there. And at first, you think it's like the captain of the guard or something. but then you realise he's solid stone.
Interesting statue.
Yeah. That's Vanya's dad. That is. I'll explain where it's warmer. And he ushers you both in and closes the gate again and puts the bar back and then takes you down into a guard's room where there's a guard sitting having a hot drink next to a warm fire. Get on the wall for me. I need the room. All right. And the other guard leaves and take a seat.
How's Joe look? Is he nervous?
Yeah, Joe does look a little bit nervous, but he's also a little confused because there were two on the wall, one in the guard room, and so far that's the only people you've seen at all.
Uh-oh. Not too many people out on this time of night, I take it?
No. We're most of the boys left when the captain had his accident. But we got to hold the wall. I mean, there's giants up there, and they keep coming, and we can't. Who'll stop them if we're not here? You know.
Yeah, I know exactly how you feel.
But anyway, you said you were looking for Vanya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she did come up here a while back now, and found out that the family was broke, freaked out, especially when she learned that her dad was trying to sell her to that merchant Dredvik bloke.
That's not very nice.
She didn't take too kindly to that, and especially when it was overheard that he suggested that it's her duty for the sake of the family and the family name. Yeah, you ever heard of Sebastian the Bold?
Yeah, I might have heard of him once or twice.
Right. Well, Vanya and her dad were descended from him, apparently. Did their own thing. We formed the Purple Dragons, and yeah, rest of the order were the Wormsbane, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, anyway, ancient history. Vanya fucked off right after that and turned him to stone on the way out. Turned out she's got like a little, or it might not be a baby anymore, but at the time it was a little baby freaking cockatrice in her robes. She's kept it in there to keep it warm. And she just flashed it and turned her dad to stone. Fucking mental.
Well.
Yeah. So, I think, and some of the other lads might disagree with you on this, I think she was looking for her mum.
Where would that be?
Yeah, that's the thing. Heard she was a traveller that her old man had got lucky with a while back to find where she is. You've got to find the caravan and figure out where it is, and then hope that Vanya also found her. If Vanya's who you're after. But what were you looking for anyway?
I was just actually trying to find her to get a hold of her mom, actually.
Oh, you're after her mother too. Funny.
I have information for her that she needs to hear.
Interesting. Well, not sure where you'll find the caravan of travellers. I mean, there's only a few cities that they could show up in, really. South of here, you've got Skelbania, which is the capital, and then the city of Gate. Then below that, there's Coal City and Brench, and I think that's about it. Wouldn't bother with the lesser towns, would they?
Well, probably not.
So, yeah.
Any idea what this caravan calls itself?
Oh, you know what? I don't. They all have names, don't they? Like Circus of this and that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. Well, yeah, best of luck to you. Do you want to rest here for the night before you travel? Go out when it's warm?
I look to Joe and ask him, how about it, old man?
He looks around and then nods sagely.
Yeah, we'd appreciate that.
All right, beds are this way. And he gets up from the chair he was sitting on as he was explaining himself and leads you towards a spiral staircase in the corner of the room. Might need to help the old man up then. You're a bit dodgy.
That won't be a problem. I'm definitely sleeping with my head under the covers, though.
Oh, why's that?
So they don't see my face.
So God shows you to the room, which is just a very simple sort of barracks-ish room. So plenty of bunks. Looks like only a few of them are being used. So there's plenty to pick from.
Well, I'll find one in the corner.
That's me in the corner.
I'll sleep in the corner bed somewhere.
Okay, your traveling companion turns to you and says, maybe we should look around.
Are you any good at stealth by chance?
I managed to hide in a giant tree really close to a city for decades. I think I can do okay.
Good point.
Especially if I do this. And he shapeshifts so that he matches the outfit that the guard had been wearing. The face is subtly different, though. Like a younger version of the form he'd already taken.
Nice. Well, I'll stay in here. I'll probably mess up any attempts you make to sneak around.
Fair enough. I'll let you know what I find.
Be careful.
Yes, I will. But I have an unnerving feeling we don't have much to worry about on that score. I think there might be only the three of them. But anyway, he heads out of the barracks and leaves you to your own.
All right.
Anything in particular you want to do?
I think he's had a long day. He might just get ready to go to sleep.
Fair enough. So you're long rested, back up to full hit points and everything else.
Sweet.
And when you wake up, you find that the old man is sleeping on the cot near you.
Oh, that's a relief. I'm going to activate my ring again and change back to my human form.
Do you wake the sleeping dragon?
I'll say my morning prayers first and then wake him up.
Sounds good. So, feeling refreshed and renewed by the spiritual presence of Palor, you go to wake up your friend. Anything in particular you want to wake him with?
Might use Mage Hand and tap him on the forehead a bit.
Just poke him in the head. Bonk! Oh, huh. Okay. Did you just poke me in the head with a Mage Hand spell?
I don't know what you're talking about. Must have been the cold getting to you.
Maybe. You know, I was right about there only being 3 of them, which meant I had to be really careful because if any of them spotted me, they would of course know that I wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
I think I caused a little bit of confusion as it was.
Uh-oh.
But, yeah, there's only the 3 of them. And you know those giants they were talking about?
Yeah.
Sure enough, one of them showed up in the night coming towards the northern wall. They fired arrows at it until it went to sleep, and that was it.
Interesting.
The giant had a nice nap, woke up a few hours later, and left again. It was very strange.
That's one way of handling them, I guess.
They must have some kind of poison or toxin on their arrows. Otherwise, those arrows wouldn't do anything to a giant.
Well, it would make sense if they're used to fighting bigger things.
Indeed. Seems a little strange.
Why is that?
If the giants really were trying to break through, why come up to the wall, make a big noise to get yourselves noticed, willingly apparently get shot full of arrows, and then go to sleep for a few hours, and then walk away? It doesn't make sense.
That is weird.
Yeah. Do you want to stay and figure it out, or should we go looking for your caravan?
Well, I'd hate for the others to catch up with us because we had plans to come here to begin with.
Right. If they know you were coming here, we'd best not be here when they arrive, yeah. Very good point.
Yeah, especially if there's only 3 guards here.
Yeah. Can't really hide amongst this crowd.
Especially not with all their true sight stuff.
Yes. But I also don't think we need to be quite as cautious as we were. It might be a bit fun, scare up a few locals. What do you reckon?
Well, it's totally up to you. I'll go along with it.
But then again, if they start to know the dragons are coming back, then maybe they may send someone actually formidable to track us down.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
On the other hand, it doesn't look like they've had anything interesting in forever.
It would appear that way. Are you able to fly in the clouds and so they can't see us that high up?
Oh, I think so.
Yeah, that might be our best approach for now. Especially if my previous party is out looking for us. A dragon might be a bit obvious.
I also had another idea.
Let's hear it.
Well, they already know from our discussion with them yesterday that we'll be heading back south to go looking for that caravan in one of the cities he mentioned. So what if we fly north first? See what's beyond the wall?
I mean, we could. I'm a bit intrigued.
Too. I've never really ventured out of the ash hole, and now that I'm out, I kind of want to see what there is.
Yeah, we could make a quick pass up north.
Good. See you downstairs.
Yep, see ya.
He gets up and starts wandering towards the door. Anything particular you want to do before you follow him?
I'll pack up my things and go with him.
Excellent.
I don't really want to leave him on his own too much.
No. Yeah, the longer he's alone, the more likely it is that he'll get caught. When you come down, he's not in the break room area.
Uh-oh.
So as you continue outside, you see him standing in the middle of the courtyard, gesturing for you to come over.
All right.
The other guards are just... Well, one of the other guards is just looking at him. Is your mate all right?
Yeah, he's fine. Why do you ask?
Because he told us he was going to wait for you before he left. And then he just went and stood in the middle of the courtyard. Like, not by the door, smack bang in the middle of the courtyard.
Yeah, he's an old man. You know how they can be. He used to just sit in his house, so he probably likes being outside.
Doesn't like walls anymore?
Not really.
I can see that, yeah. Well, don't get many visitors up here, so chat amongst ourselves about who the hell you were.
Yeah, good mystery is good for morale.
Yeah, it's going to be an head scratcher. You're not going to tell us anything, are you?
Yeah, maybe not.
Alright, be off with you.
Yep, appreciate you letting us stay here.
You're welcome.
And
Go fetch the old geezer, and I'll open the door for you.
thanks. I go find Joe then.
As you approach him, he turns back into his dragon form.
Sweet.
And the 3 guards go absolutely mental.
Yeah, it's alright, he's a wizard. He can change his shape. He's one for the old stories of dragons.
No way, that looks so real.
Well, he's a very skilled wizard.
Get on quick before they...
Yeah, I get on right away.
Yeah, so as you climb on and you take off into the air, disappearing into the clouds as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Before you disappear into the cloud cover, you see the 3 guards going around going absolutely apeshit.
Yeah, you're right, Joe. That was kind of fun.
Chuckles to himself as he heads north. But you're above the clouds, so all you can see is clouds at the moment.
Mm-hmm. I think Balaur would still be nerding out that he's flying with a dragon.
Indeed. Above the clouds, you have an absolutely unobstructed view of the sun.
Even better.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Up there, bathing in the glory of Palor.
Mm-hmm.
And then, shall we see what's down there?
Yeah, we'll see what's down there.
And he dives back under the clouds, and you see whiteness in every direction, but there are occasional clumps of trees and rocky outcroppings. And strangely enough, there's life up here. There's frost giants and yetis roaming around in packs on the plains below, and even tribes of humanoids that all point up you in wonder as you fly overhead.
Well, that's interesting.
Anything you want to take a closer look at?
Those humanoids seem interested in us.
Indeed they did. Well, I suppose they're north of the wall. Let's see if they're friendly.
Sure.
And he touches down, and upon closer inspection, it seems the humanoids are some kind of elf. At least they have a passing similarity. They look a bit more muscular than the average high elf, but they do seem to be just as tall, and their skin is much paler and has a, colder or bluer tinge to it than the golden skin of the high elves.
I'm gonna wave at him then. As friendly as possible.
How do you appear at the moment?
Well, as my humanoid, or my human form yet, I guess.
Excellent. Cool.
I'll have my helmet off so they can see I'm not there to attack them.
Greetings. Who might you be?
Name's Balaur.
Is that an actual fucking dragon you rode in on Balaur?
Well, I know him as a crazy old man, but...
Crazy old man, is it?
Yeah, he's nice though.
Nice though. To them, he resembles, he's a dragon, but he's a dragon covered in plates that look like, bladed armor.
Yeah.
Steel dragon. So, yes. I assumed he was nice when he didn't, attack us immediately. As nice as dragons would go anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But what can I do for you? What you doing up here? Assume you're not from round here?
We're sightseeing, actually.
Sightseeing, is it?
Yeah.
Are we a sight for you?
Well, you guys were people, and we wanted to say hi.
I were a people.
What's your name?
McKinley.
Oh, nice to meet you.
Suppose you'll be wanting to meet the chief then?
Sure.
I
like meeting new people.
Hey, Chief. This guy just dropped out of the sky on a dragon. I saw that myself. Who are you?
Well, I'm Balaur, noble paladin of Palor.
Palor now, is it?
Mm-hmm.
We don't see much of his warmth up here.
Yeah, we're a bit far away from it.
You think I could get him a bit closer?
Well, maybe. Got a nice view of him from above the clouds.
Suppose you would. But as you can see, it's a struggle for us down here. And that fucking snooty Ken won't let us come south.
Is there anything wrong with your people, by chance, that I can help with? Or a problem? If I have food, I can help if anyone's hungry.
We're just freezing our nuts off, that's all. We got the skill to feed ourselves, clothe ourselves, but warming ourselves is a bit difficult.
I could imagine that.
Now you magic man, on your big dragon.
Kind of magic.
Bring us the sun.
I'll have to get back to you on that.
Thought you might say that.
I might be able to help.
Believe it when I see it.
I need to excuse myself to go speak with my friend quick.
Yeah. You break off your conversation with the chief, who turns back to the weak little fire he was trying to warm himself in front of. And you go speak to not Joe.
What do you think I should do? Any ideas?
Besides bringing him the actual sun? Yeah, that might be a bit tricky.
Yeah, might be.
But maybe with the right combination of spells, we could change the weather up here.
That would be something interesting.
Of course, now that I think of it, we only need one.
What's that?
Wish. If we can learn the wish spell.
Might be above my abilities to cast.
Not mine. But being cooped up for the past few hundred years, didn't give me much opportunity to gather reading materials and study.
I could imagine.
So, he also mentioned snooty cousins. I believe he was referring to the High Elf cities, which are far south of here, and somewhat east of here too. They have several cities and some of the most advanced cultures in the world, or at least they were before I went into hiding. Presumably, they continue to develop.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not from here exactly.
No, you're not, are you?
Never really been out of Coal City my whole life.
Did you work in the mines, or...?
I was a paladin.
Paladin?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I remember when Coal City was nothing but coal miners.
Yeah, the one I knew got a little crazy there after a while, but I think I sorted him out.
Well, maybe one day you'll learn the right spell and be able to go back.
Yeah, maybe.
But speaking of spells, if anyone's gonna know him, it'll be the High Elves.
Yeah, that would make sense.
Unless you happen to know of another dragon.
Well, just the sun dragon that I'm trying to find.
Do you think she's real?
Well, I know she's real.
Okay.
That would be Vanya's mom in the caravan, I imagine.
So, what next? Do we help our new snow elf friends, or go find your caravan?
Might be able to do both at once.
Suppose. Caravan may have travelled to the Elven lands.
Sun dragons, as I know them, are very powerful.
And sun dragons would most likely like it that far close to the equator.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell the chief that I'm gonna go to find help, and I won't abandon or his people.
Tell you what, why don't you leave us something valuable that you'll have to come back for?
Something valuable, huh? Let me check my character sheet quick. Well, I have one thing that I would be able to part with.
Go on.
What about the Talisman of the Sphere?
Nice.
It's a wondrous item.
It is. And you absolutely will have to come get that back if you want to have your advantage against anyone using that sphere of annihilation you discovered.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's perfect.
And then when I return with help, I'll take it back.
You got a deal, lad. When he takes the talisman from you.
Well, I'll see you soon, hopefully.
Aye, best hope you do. And they go back to shivering their fucking asses off.
I go back to Joe then.
Aye.
Well, that worked out.
Mm-hmm. And so you get on Joe and you head southeast. You fly over back over the wall, over the northwoods. You see the city of Gate below you, and you also get to see the wondrous land of Havana that lies within the ring of the Great Crown Mountains.
Nice.
No mortal ever sees it and comes back, and it's absolutely beautiful. Like more amazing than you could imagine. Like it's perfectly idyllic down there.
Well, that's a nice spot. Is that where Draconia was in my world?
That's where Draconia was in your world, yes.
So there's a slight twinge of sadness, I imagine.
Absolutely, because the presence of Havana means no Draconia.
Yeah.
And you go right across to the other side of the mountains, see some of the desert, including a amazing, what looks like floating city hovering above the sands, and eventually find yourself flying over the woods and cities of the Elven lands. You did see a few other large flying creatures up there, but not Joe managed to avoid them all.
Well, that's good.
Unless, you were hankering for a mid-air combat with a rock.
Not really.
Suddenly remembering himself that, civilization, particularly elven civilization, might mean people with telescopes, he suddenly takes a detour up into the cloud cover.
Oh, that's probably smart. Where do you think we should go?
Clearly we need to get down there, but we need to get down there somewhere, preferably where they won't see us land, and then, or change into our human forms. Maybe we could circle back to the desert, or the peaks of the mountains.
Whichever one's closer, I guess. Of course, mountains have their own challenge.
Right, they do. So do desert sands.
Yeah, but I like the heat.
Okay, desert it is.
Plus, I do have a mount I can summon so we can land and then run with him, I guess. If you're able to ride a unicorn, that is.
I can do you one better. As you land in the middle of the desert, he himself becomes a unicorn.
Well, that's nifty.
You didn't think we could only shift into humanoids, did you?
Sure. Yeah, let's say that I didn't think that. Must be nice being a dragon.
It is, apart from the fact that, everyone fears us and wants to kill us.
Well, yeah, there's that.
As you're traveling through the desert, it's a little difficult for the hooves to get purchased in the sand.
I think to myself, it's like, I wouldn't ask him to be a camel. That'd be rude. dragon after all.
As he's struggling to make his way, you see some figures moving among the sands.
Uh-oh.
Suddenly he looks up instead of at his hooves. What is it?
I see something over there.
You see a scorpion-like tail moving between the dunes.
Looks like a big scorpion to me.
Oh no.
I don't like bugs.
You won't like these ones either. And rounding the dunes comes a pack of 3 Tlinkali.
Say what now?
Alright. Tlinkali are... Okay, if there was such a thing as a scorpion centaur, it would be a Tlinkali.
Oh.
If you wouldn't mind making a history check to see what you know about Tlinkali.
Oh, this will be good.
What did you get?
6.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you know almost nothing about these things except they're fucking ugly.
Well, Balaur doesn't get out much.
There you go.
Oh, that's just nasty.
So yeah, they're armed with a long sword and a spiked chain, and there's 3 of them.
Got anything else in your bag of tricks there, Joe?
I'm kind of curious to see how well you do with them.
Well, let's go kick their ass then.
Sounds fun. And do you want to remain mounted?
Yeah, I get a bunch of feats for being on a mount.
I am going to say that you're moving at half speed because you're running through sand.
Yeah.
But roll initiative.
Oh boy. 10.
Really? We both rolled 10s. Let's try that again.
Alright.
Alright, I got a 7.
10 again.
Yay, you got a 10 again, somehow. Alright, so you get to go first.
Can we get up close to one of them?
So you want to get within melee range?
That's all I got, really.
You don't want to charge?
Yeah, let's charge one.
So, if the unicorn moves at least 20 feet straight towards a target and hits it with a horn attack on the same turn, the target takes an extra 2d8 piercing damage. That sounds fun. Alright, should we do that?
Sounds good to me.
So,
Joe could stab him, then I'll hit him with my sword.
Get me close enough to hit me with my sword. This gets a 19, and that hits the first Tlinkali. And does a total of... Yeah, actually, let's have him kick out with his hooves as well. It'd be fun.
Sweet.
30 damage to the first Tlinkali.
Damn.
And what do you want to do with your sword?
Quick thing on Divine Smite. It says when you hit with a melee attack, you can expend 1 spell slot.
Mm-hmm.
So that means I don't have to say I smite?
Yeah, you don't have to use smite if you don't want to.
So like if I hit with an attack and it misses, I could have not used smite on that attack then?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes, you roll to hit first and then decide whether it's smiting.
Because it does say when you hit with a melee attack.
Yeah, when you hit. Yeah, so if you don't hit, then you don't have to trigger it.
Well, I'm going to swing at him twice then.
Nice.
And I have advantage because I'm on a mount too.
Mm-hmm. There we go. Both hits hit. Yeah.
Sweet. And then on the first hit, I'll just do a smite then.
Expend your spell point to, spell slot. Mana. So how much damage do you do?
So 38 damage.
Very nice. So, okay. Nice. It's still standing. Now it gets attacked back, and the other 2 can move in as well if they wanted to.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. 2 attacks, one with its longsword or spiked chain, and one with its sting. What's your ACs?
20.
Yeah, that's what I thought. And the sting.
What's Joe's AC?
Joe's AC. The Ancient Steel Dragon has an AC of 22.
Oh, he can take a hit then.
Yeah.
My mounted combat feat, I can have any attack made against my mount hit me, but if he has a higher AC, I'll just let it go to him.
Okay. So that Tlinkali missed, but let's see if one of his friends managed to hit you. Nope. That one managed to break the tip of its sting off, so it's like screaming in pain right now.
Nice.
Number 3. None of them hit. So you get a flurry of chains and blades and stings, and none of them lands a actual damaging hit against you. So,
good.
Okay.
Am I up again?
Yep, absolutely.
I have a spell, Shield of Faith, which is a bonus action. Cast it on myself to give myself an extra 2 AC.
Okay.
We're both 22 now.
Just make yourself even more invincible.
But then I'll hit with my sword twice then.
Okay.
So 18 and 11 are my highest.
Yep, and they both hit.
I'll smite with just one of them.
Okay.
44 on that one.
And that kills your first Tlinkali. How do you want to do it?
Probably just, chop off its head maybe.
Just...
Yeah.
Let's just see if the other two Tinklali stick around or cut their losses. Okay, that one's running.
Oh, good.
That one isn't.
Yeah, that's fine.
That one misses. Ooh, second hit. The sting hits.
Who's it hit?
You.
Sweet.
Sweet.
Yeah. What kind of damage is it now?
1d6 plus 3 of it is piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
4d6 of it poison damage. So if you have any immunity or resistance to poison, then...
I would have had to cast a spell to poison. Probably not.
And you've also got to do a Constitution saving throw against a DC of 14.
10 modifier for me, so...
Yeah, you're probably going to make it then.
18.
You're fine. If you had failed, you'd have been paralyzed.
Oh, fun.
So, well done. Good dodge. So there's one Slinkali left, because the other one legged it.
Nice.
What do you want to do?
Well, hit it with my sword again. Twice.
They hit.
34 damage for sword attacks.
Nice.
And then for bonus action, I'll do, I think it's Wrathful Smite.
Groovy.
Which they have to make a wisdom save of 17, I think.
Alright.
Oh, I have to hit with a melee attack, so I would have put that on the last hit then, I guess.
You did them. Yeah, that was them.
Let's see, the attack deals 1d6 psychic damage. If the target is a creature, it must make a wisdom saving throw or be frightened until the spell ends. So I'll roll the damage quick. 3 psychic damage. And then it has to beat wisdom 17.
Wow, it went over. Okay.
Wow, oh, that's alright.
Was not expecting that. Okay.
Yeah, we can still deal with them.
Yeah. Miss. Finish him off.
I'll just do no smite then, just double hit. Oh, that's a nat 20 with a Vorpal Sword.
Oh, okay. He's done. He's done then.
Nice.
Well done.
That was epic.
Off with his head. Good.
I would like to do something, though, before we head out again.
Do you want to loot the bodies?
Yeah, I'm gonna loot it.
Okay. How deep are you going with the looting? Are you just taking the long sword and the spiked chain from both bodies, or are you going to harvest the venom from its sting?
I don't have anything to carry the venom with.
Chop off the tail and carry it.
Yeah, let's chop off one tail and the hands.
And the hands?
Yep.
Present for Baggy?
Sure. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, so.
Okay. So, yeah, you chop off the hands, which are covered in their natural chitinous plate, and the tail sting.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do manage to get this poison out, the poison itself does 4d6 poison damage, and so you can put this on any blade.
Nice.
The target must also succeed on the DC 14 con save or be poisoned for a minute. And if it fails that saving throw by 5 or more, the target is also paralyzed while poisoned.
Sweet. Let them keep that.
You ready to head out again?
Yep.
You turn back and it appears that your dragon friend has traded his unicorn hooves for draconic claws because they sit on the ground on the sand better.
Yeah, that's fine. Looks a little weird, but...
I'll change them back when we get out of the sand. This is just weird. It takes you a little while. You see some other strange things, like giant worms in the distance and stuff like that.
Yeesh.
Big lumbering tortoises walking through the desert. Could have sworn one of them had a gang of goblins on the back of it, but luckily they didn't come anywhere near you.
Oh, that's good.
And you reach the edge of the desert, and there's trees.
Sweet. Suppose we should head to one of those cities.
I think we may have to go through the woods to get to the cities.
That could kind of slow us down a bit, I guess.
Indeed.
Can you change into a different flying creature by chance?
Now that you mention it, I can. Seems that being stuck in the ash hole has made me dim-witted.
Don't worry.
What would you like them to change to?
Well, the rock seems to be pretty common in this area.
Did you think that you'd be welcomed with open arms into the Elven City, flying on the back of a rock?
Or maybe a griffin.
Griffin? Hippogriff? Something like that?
Let's do a hippogriff.
Hippogriff. Cool. So you take off on the back of Not Joe the Hippogriff. And completely bypass the wild elves that I had planned for you to encounter. Well, that's okay. You hop over Malone Forest. You see that there was a city called Gandabar right by the sands, but you didn't come out that way. That's north of you. You see that there's several large trees in the forest.
Yeah, see them on the map here.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And then beyond the woods, there's the ocean and a few large cities right on the edge of the sea. Karis Keldwin, Armenelos, and the other cities of Neladuia. Where do you want to land?
Was it Karen's Kelduin? That looks close.
City of the Wood Elves. Fun. Okay, so you land with your hippogriff right outside Karas Kelduin, and Wood Elf stable hand comes up to help your hippogriff to the stables, and is already reaching up for the reins when he realizes that your hippogriff's got no reins.
Yeah, he's very well trained.
Must be. Very impressive. Well, can he go to the stables while you're in the city?
Oh, what do you think? And I pat the hippogriff on the shoulder, and see if he responds.
I think I'd rather stay with you if you don't mind.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for.
The wood elf looks shocked at the hippogriff that speaks, and then giggling, Notjo turns himself back into his old man form. Oh, you're a wizard or druid. I've actually never seen a druid that can turn into a hippogriff. That's amazing. I've got some friends that do like bears and stuff, but not hippogriffs. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is awesome.
So yeah, welcome to Karas Kaldwin. The main entrance is right over there. I guess you don't need my help since you don't actually have a mount after all. So yeah, have a good day.
Yeah, you too. And we go into town, I suppose.
Yeah, excellent. And it's a busy, busy town. There are wood elves going everywhere. There's market stalls in the town centre. There's, little wood elves running around. It's fairly rustic, the look of Karas Keldwin, even though it's a fairly large city.
Where do you think we'll find a wish spell here?
I don't think so. I think maybe we'll have to go to the High Elves for this one.
Yeah, maybe. I suppose wouldn't hurt to get some food or something here.
Oh, absolutely. Wood elves are good cooks.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the best hunters you'll ever find.
Yeah, let's try to find some food to eat then.
Excellent. There's all kinds of delicious smells coming from various eateries all over town. Pretty much all the smells of roasting meats of one kind or another. Which,
I think Joe and I could stop for a steak somewhere. My treat this time.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate it since I've left all my treasure behind.
Yeah. That's unfortunate.
It is. I didn't just gather those treasures. Many of them I crafted myself. It really is a great loss to lose them.
But I'm sure we'll get them back, though.
One day, I hope. But yeah, find yourself a steak restaurant and...
Yes.
The cook actually has a grill right out in the open, so you can see your steak being made.
Even better.
Mm-hmm. Anything you want to talk about while your food is cooking?
I don't think so. Just idle chatter, I suppose. Balaur's still a bit confused about everything that's happened.
So I've been meaning to ask you. To us dragons, worshipping the sun seems a bit primitive. What drew you to Palor?
Well, both of my parents were followers of Palor, but they were following in secret, though, unfortunately.
Your true parents or your adopted parents?
My real parents.
Your real parents?
Mm-hmm. And they left me with my holy symbol, and that's all I have of them.
Oh. So that's why you think that they were Palor worshippers, because they left you the holy symbol?
Yeah, it's what I've chosen to believe for now.
That makes sense.
My adoptive parents told me stories of them too, but as an adult I'm not sure how true they were.
Oh, what did they tell you?
Oh, that they were vampire slayers and could kill 100 zombies with one strike, that sort of thing.
That does sound fanciful.
That got me into who I am today, though, so that's good.
I see. I remember hearing tales of dragons that would hunt the undead.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Yeah. You did say that this one that you were searching for was a yellow dragon, right? A sun dragon?
Yep. As far as I know.
Yeah. If the legends are true, then she'll have the power to blast vampires to dust with her breath.
Balaur kind of grins with that.
I imagine it would work on liches too.
That's what I'm hoping.
Wonder if we can convince a traveler to stop traveling and, well, travel with us instead, I guess.
Well, we're both like her, very similar. She might like the company.
Indeed.
Plus, she's special to Palor, so hopefully that'll help too.
Purely because she's a sun dragon and he's a sun god?
And he told me to find her specifically. So.
Really? You spoke to Palor himself?
In a dream, but that's close enough.
The chef hands you each your steaks.
Yeah. I imagine I ordered mine a little more burnt than usual.
As your dragon friend takes each bite, you can see him breathe on each piece of meat to lightly coat it in acid before he consumes it.
Interesting. That's not uncommon for dragons to do stuff like that, so.
Absolutely, they tend to prefer their food treated with their breath attack.
Yes.
The food is quite delicious,
Mm-hmm.
and the chef only asks for a silver piece each, which is nice.
I'll give him a gold piece.
He's very grateful.
Very good food.
Thank you, sir.
It's like 10 silver to 1 gold coin, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good.
Yeah, so that was a pretty good tip, yeah.
Always tip the waitstaff.
Alright. Yeah, so you've seen the Wood Elves city, and you've had some steak, and your dragon friend seems to think that you were more likely to find powerful mages in the High Elf city.
Hopefully that's close by.
It's Amenelos.
I suppose we can head there now.
Do you want to go there on foot, or fly, or take a ferry across the water?
Hippogriff, I suppose, would be quickest.
Hippogriff would indeed be quickest. As you take off into the air, do a perception check for me.
Oh, that's going to be terrible. Well, actually, that's just a straight up 20 now. Good.
Alright. Yeah, right on the cusp, but yeah. As you're taking off, you see a train of brightly coloured caravans way to Karis Keldwyn from Gandabar.
You think that's our caravan there, Joe?
It might well be. Should we go down and say hi?
Yeah, let's go say hi.
And you fly down and you see that this seems to be mostly Tabaxi.
Maybe not.
You want to go talk to him anyway?
Yeah, I'll go talk to him. Never hurts to say hi.
It seems we have a visitor,
says one of them as you fly down.
Yeah. How are you guys?
Stop the wagons. We have a customer.
Oh boy. That's good, because I brought coin.
Several Tabaxi look out their eye, look up and smile.
What are you guys selling?
All manner of things. Not just things, but experiences. My grandmother can read your future.
Really?
Oh yes. Is that what you would like to see?
How much silver does it cost to see one's future?
It depends on how good a future you want, doesn't it?
I like what this guy's saying.
Come.
Let's go see.
He takes you to a caravan right at the back, and you see old grey Tabaxi, like, just shabby old cat, sitting behind a table, placing cards in front of her.
Come inside and cross my paw with silver.
Give her a piece of gold.
Oh, very nice.
What do you got for me?
May I see your hand?
Yeah, you can.
Are you using alter self or disguise self right now?
Disguise self.
Okay. So, as she touches your hand, she looks up at you and goes,
You are not human, are you?
Is it that obvious?
You're using a disguise spell, which is an illusion. When I touch you, I find your real skin, and your real skin is scaly.
I didn't want to scare anyone.
I know another who is scaly.
Do you?
I do. Our caravans cross paths from time to time.
I'm actually trying to find them.
We met them a few weeks ago.
Where were they going?
I believe they were on their way to Brench.
Well, I may have to go back there.
You may. But first, would you like to see your future?
I'll drop my disguise spell then. She can have my hand then. I'd very much like to see my future.
I see. Yes, you'll travel very far, across the lands and through the air. You will smell the ocean and taste the salt. You will find others, like me but smaller. You will find dogs, wicked dogs, dogs with 2 faces.
I've seen some of them before.
And I'm not sure what this means.
What's that?
I must consult the cards.
and she pulls out 3 cards, and the first image is of a wanderer lost in the wilderness. The second card is a laborer, somebody working hard to achieve some unknown goal. And the third is the sun.
Ooh, I like how that one looks.
If I am reading this right, along with what I saw on your paws, you don't know how at the moment, but through great labors, you will bring or create or call down. I'm not sure exactly, but the third card is the sun. How can you do that?
Interesting.
Who are you?
I'm a noble paladin of the god Palor.
Paladin, huh? This is a great trial that you have ahead of you.
Well, that just means it's worth the effort.
Perhaps you will succeed.
I hope so.
I look forward to hearing about it.
I'll try to make it a good story for you.
Come find me again when you have done this.
What's your name?
I am Tiasha. My grandson Tijak will lead you back out now.
Well, thank you very much.
Can we get you anything else? Says to Jacques. We have all kinds of tricks and treasures.
You wouldn't happen to have something that would make it easier for me to carry all my armor, would you?
Carry your armor?
It's a bit cumbersome.
Don't you carry your armor on your body?
Sometimes.
Okay, well, I'll show you what we have. Now, obviously, it is a little too large for the normal bag of holding. However, I do have a very handy haversack.
How much to have you part with that?
Well, excuse me a moment while I empty the body of the treasures. Can't have you getting away with a freebie now.
And he pulls out this haversack, opens a pocket, and pulls out all kinds of things. There must be 20 pounds of stuff coming out of this one pocket. And he opens another pocket and does the same thing. And there's like 4 pockets like that. And then he opens the main central pocket and pulls out another 80 pounds of stuff. So, yeah, all kinds of different trinkets and ornaments and random googards. But yeah, huge pile of stuff that comes out of this haversack.
I hope it's not too expensive.
As you can see, it holds quite a bit.
I can see that.
But what do you have that would be of value to me?
Everyone likes gold, right?
Gold is nice. Booze is better. Hehehe.
I don't know if my great food and water spell does booze.
No, it doesn't.
I whispered to Joe, hey, do you have any booze?
He's still in his hippogriff form, isn't he?
Yep.
So he just shakes his head.
That is a very nice sword you have there.
Yeah, thanks. I made it myself.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
That must be priceless.
Well, I'd need another sword to replace it if I was going to part with it.
But you can just make another, right?
Well, I'm not at my forge at the moment. I can't go wandering about unarmed now.
That is true. So, you would like this haversack and a sword?
Yeah, if the sword was good enough.
We had another paladin wander through here. He spent the night with one of my sisters. He left this behind. None of us can do anything with it.
And he hands you a silver sword with a winged pattern across the hilt. It's absolutely beautiful. Do an Arcana check to see if you recognize what it is.
Wow.
Yeah. Nope. Okay. You don't know.
What do you think it is, Joe?
Looks like a Holy Avenger sword to me.
Ooh.
So this sword and this haversack for your sword.
Player me's got to check the stats out first. 3+3 bonus to attack and damage rolls. That's pretty nifty. I think that's just the paladin version of a Vorpal longsword, +3 bonus as well.
It just doesn't have the auto decap feature.
Yeah, that's only happened once though.
Yeah.
I think you got yourself a deal.
Happy to do business with you.
And he passes you the haversack and the Holy Avenger.
One thing I want to point out with this bag. Don't ever put the bag of holding in it. Ever.
Noted. I won't do that. Parting with my sword.
Indeed. So you don't have your Vorpal longsword, now you have a Holy Avenger longsword instead.
Nice.
And when you're fighting against a fiend or undead, that creature automatically takes an extra 2d10 radiant damage. While you hold the drawn sword, it creates an aura in a 10-foot radius around you. You and all creatures friendly to you in the aura have advantage on saving throws against spells and other magical effects. If you have 17 or more levels in the Paladin class, the radius of the aura increases to 30 feet. So, yeah, it's pretty nifty for Paladins.
Yeah.
You'll have to attune to it, of course.
Mm-hmm. Well, alright then. Oh, I got the haversack too I gotta add in my inventory.
Yep, the Heward's Handy Haversack.
Sweet.
The interesting thing is, the way that this bag works is you use an action to retrieve an item that you're thinking of, and the item that you're thinking of is always magically on top of the pile of stuff.
Cool.
But, yeah.
Anything else I can get you?
Oh, I think that's good for me today, unless you happen to have a wish spell on you, but...
Would you like to spend the night with my sister, like the other paladin did?
I'll pass on that.
That's probably for the best. You wouldn't want to wake up with kittens on your doorstep now, would you?
No, they might be a bit different. I'm assuming I haven't changed back from my dragon form.
No, but the
Disguised myself.
the Tabaxi are not phased at all. They've...
Although scaly kittens might come in handy.
Okay, so we're coming up to 10 to 4.
Mm-hmm.
So, how would you like to wrap this up?
I suppose Joe and I go to the High Elf City
Okay.
and pick it up whenever. Sunday.
Absolutely. Yep, we can absolutely continue our adventures on Sunday. That's fun. So you fly over, presumably turn back to your human form.
I might do high elf form this time.
Nice.
And then attune to my new sword, obviously.
That is probably a good idea. Yeah, while you're up there, you can, or once you get there, even you could spend a couple of hours just meditating with the sword.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, taking high elf form is a very good idea, since high elves tend to hold other high elves in esteem above all others.
Glad I thought of that.
Yeah. What else do you know of high elf culture?
That they really like their own kin a lot more than everyone else.
Aye. But part of the reason is that they're very, very structured and very restrained. They're also highly advanced in terms of their culture and sensibilities. But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
they're the polar opposite of their wild elf cousins in that they just don't really let loose. They're the most uptight set of people you will ever meet.
That'll be fun.
Indeed, especially since you're pretending to be one.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to see how you do that.
Well, glad I have time to think about that then.
Yes, aye. So you're a high elf paladin in demon armor and a holy avenger sword, and with
With a hippogriff.
with a hippogriff who is actually an ancient dragon. Yep,
Yes.
that's awesome. Did you use dispel curse to doff your armor, or are you still wearing it?
Yeah, I guess I'll put it in the paper sack that I have now.
Cool. Make yourself a bit more approachable.
Mm-hmm. Probably still have some decent looking clothes.
Would you like to spend the first few minutes of your time in the city of High Elves to buy yourself some high elf attire?
Sure, that sounds fun.
Yeah. So there are quite a lot of clothes shops, ranging in price to ridiculous to extortion. Beautifully designed, but after a little bit of searching, you can find a place that will sell you a set of fine clothes for the price that you're more accustomed to, which is 15 gold pieces.
Yeah, that's affordable.
Mm-hmm. It's also last season's fashion, but whatever.
Yeah, that's okay.
Nice. Is there anything else that you want to pick up from the same shop while you're at it, like a signet ring or an amulet to finish off the costume, or
Yeah, let's find an amulet.
Cool. Do you want to find a Palor amulet, or do you already have one of those, don't you?
Yeah, that'd be my holy symbol.
Yeah. Okay. So you just want a regular amulet.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Yeah, we'll still call it 5 gold.
Alright, so I spent, 20 then, I think?
Yes, 20 gold.
Glad I looted that roper before.
Oh, would you also like to visit an alchemist to have them extract the poison for you?
Oh yeah, let's do that too.
Excellent. So now instead of having a venom sack still in the stinger, you've got 2 vials of Flinkali poison.
Nice. Do they have regular glass vials I can pick up too?
Oh yeah.
Because I can make a vial of holy oil, or holy water.
Yeah, you can have as many of them as you want. And the alchemist only charged 2 gold to extract it for you, as well as keeping a vial or 2 for himself.
Okay, I'll buy 10 empty vials.
Nice. Anything else that you want to do before the end of the session?
No, I think I'm good.
Hooray! Okay, was that fun?
Yeah, that was really fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. Excellent.
Alright.
But yeah, this is fun. And thank you for letting me do it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for letting me partake too.
I'll see you on Sunday.
See ya.
Now, wasn't that fun? Find out what happens to Balaur and Joe in the next episode of the Dragon's Horde Party. If you've enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and do all those other things to help Games and Geekery continue to grow. This has been one of Games and Geekery's private sessions. Members of our Patreon page and Discord channels can hire Anthony M. Copeland to DM a game just for you and your friends. Simply reach out to us through our various social media pages, or, better yet, join us on Patreon, where you can get a spot in your own weekly game. We hope to see you there, and I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Games and Geekery private sessions.